A lot of y'all women probably already posted your half-naked body online in bikinis or whatnot, so people already seen it, so no mystery there. Second, you probably already been ran through more times than a choo-choo train, so the
Pretty girls party with peanut.
What's up, y'all? It's Mulatto, and you know Pretty Girls Party with Peanut.
Yo, it's your player partner 2 Chainz, and right now I'm rocking with Peanut. What up, dude? This your boy Peanut, the People's Nut Man, back with another one. You already know what it is, but I still gotta repeat it. I'm not a life coach. I'm not a dating coach. I'm not a guru. I'm just a practitioner of life giving helpful advice. I don't pretend to know shit. But today's topic, we're gonna talk about why you should be cautious if you date a girl or plan to date a girl. Because cognitively, I think something is wrong with them. We see a lot of them talk about, I'm Christian, but I do this and this and this. So something mentally is off, and that cognitive dissonance, it doesn't align up with them. So I believe you can't really form a healthy relationship with an OF girl. But then you do have those ones that maybe your wife got into it and the relationship works. So I'm not here to judge or tell you not to do it. I would just tell you to be cautious as a young man if you want to date a OF girl. But let's jump right into it. It was some stuff going down on Twitter a while back with an OF girl. I'm not going to say her name. And I am going to blank out her name when I'm posting these threads and everything because I don't want you gooners to go look her up. But let's jump into it. The guy posted a thread to try to clear up his name. Let me summarize it right quick, a little bit of what happened. I guess a guy was trying to court a girl. She turned to the internet to publicly shame him, saying that he sexually harassed her. So for him to try to clear his name, he went to Twitter, and this was all on Twitter. It was uproar on Twitter, now known as X. So let's jump into some of these tweets. Okay, I'm going to make this thread because the narrative has been twisted so far from what it should be, and people are being attacked in my name. I have already apologized and will do so as many times as I need, but I can't allow for other people to be undeservingly attacked in my name. Let me start by saying this. I believe in believe the victim first. You see, he's a chump trying to pander to women at first. First off, why would you try to court or be romantic with an OnlyFriends girl? That shit open for a real nigga. But let's keep going. There are far too many instances where that doesn't happen when it should. This thread is to help set the record straight on what actually happened. Also, my page has always been and always will be a safe space for spicy workers. Me and said spicy worker have been talking romantically every day from early January to early March. We have never met, so it was just over the phone. The goal was to get to know each other more and to eventually see one another. I like her, she said that she liked me, and we continued. Okay. On several occasions when she would take a while to respond, she would send me a picture of pictures without me asking. This would be anything from a selfie to NSFW. For those who don't know what that is, not safe for work. Everything is scratched out to protect her privacy and her name. She didn't give me permission to post this. So he goes through and shows the screenshot. And then that was a red flag right there. Instead of addressing the issue of her responding late or anything like that, she tries to soothe him over with naked pictures of herself that anybody can see. So to mine, that wouldn't be an apology. About a month of us talking, the conversation began getting shorter, and despite me asking her several times if she wanted to end things, she continued to say no and that she was just a bad texter and better on the phone. I personally was not okay with how the conversation was going, so I tried to end things. She was not happy with that, so after talking about it, we agreed to try and continue to make things work. If a woman tells you she's a bad texter, and then she doesn't have other forms of trying to communicate with you, I'm not saying this is always 100% right. It's just, she's probably not feeling you. She's probably not feeling you. Pay attention more to her actions versus her words. You can't build a connection without communicating. So If a woman is you always the one reaching out, she's late on text messages, ball up top. Ball up top and move on, brother. Just ball up top and move on. You're right, but I know I'm not going to be free to talk on the phone until late for most of this week. I know what you have said, but I'm going based off of your actions, because even on the phone, I have to carry most of the conversation. I wanted and still do want us to get to see each other, but I know shit's gotta change on both. So basically, he sees the writing on the wall, but his lust for this young lady is keeping him trying. Because I would have been dropped the ball. I would have been just like ball up top. I got somebody else. We already long distance. You barely communicate. You said you a bad texter, but when I call you, you even a bad conversationalist on the phone. So why would I continue to try to make this connection when you're not trying to make the connection? Things did not improve, and I found myself regularly having to ask her a number of questions in an attempt to get to know her better. It was this way both over the phone and through text. While I should have just ended things, I allowed myself to be frustrated and stubborn. Like I said, he should have walked away. We got to early March one day. She said that she had been making videos. I asked if she was comfortable with sharing them with me, and she said she probably never would. I had never subscribed to her OF, so I only knew what videos she posted on the timeline. I did not know that. And that's another thing. Like, how are you trying to act like your job or whatever you're doing is sacred, but you share it to everybody on the internet? This is what I mean by the cognitive dissonance and OF girls. And like, it's going to frustrate you because logically it won't make sense to their arguments and the things they do. So you're just going to frustrate yourself trying to understand. But if you're just trying to, by all means, man, throw your piece out the window and keep going at it. Let's continue. Sorry for the late text. I've been working, making videos. It's okay. How's that been? And I can see those, or are you not comfortable? To be quite honest with you, you probably would never see them. Oh, that's what he was explaining. That's what he was explaining in the thread. He's just showing us the text messages. Oh, so this is where the sexual harassment thing came up. Let's read this one. No is the reason. The reason is no. I get that. I only ask because I know there's usually reasons that cause no to be the answer. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. You don't because you ask other questions. I wasn't trying. I really was just wondering. I do though. You said no. I'm not going to push for it anymore. But I don't think it's an issue. But I don't think it's an issue to try to understand why. He is absolutely right, especially when you're trying to get to know somebody. He wants to understand the why behind her no. I get what she's saying, flat out no, because it's a video. But if that's a dude that you said you're interested in, wouldn't you want to share parts? Like, I don't get it, but let's keep going. I'm sure you weren't, but I mean the no was kind of self-explanatory. It wasn't to me. You always give really short answers, and I have to ask more to get more information out of you. I thought this was another one of those situations. It definitely was, but okay. You asked why when you kind of could have just left it alone. So then this is her. This is the other thread that got Twitter up in the thing. And to be very clear, it wasn't just the question you asked me for. It was a video, and I said no. You proceeded to ask me why, then doubled down after my response and was argumentative about it, gaslight me, ghosted me until today. So he did the right thing. It sounded like she was butthurt because he just ghosted her after that. Like he didn't want to even bring it up no more, but she's the one that brought it to the internet, I guess, to try to shame him back into trying to chase her. I don't get why some young ladies want men to chase them. Like, hey, whatever. What I will not allow you to do is play stupid. You decided to do this publicly so we can. I'm a SW, I do OF. You knew this. So if you ask me what I'm doing, I tell you I'm working, and you're like, let me see a video. What the F other kind of video do you think I'm talking about? I mean, she has a point, but as a dude just trying to get to know you, like, but it seemed like my man was trying to backdoor the subscription. He wanted to get the front row seat. Like, hey, baby, let me critique your videos for you before you post it. The only reason why I gave any pushback were because, one, I believe getting to know why your potential partner does or does not do things. Certain things is important to get to know. Two, because she had sent me media to me without me asking in the past, and I was trying to figure out what caused the change. Exactly. I'm telling you, when you date these girls, there's gonna be so many mixed signals and confusion. You're gonna be like, oh my God, what am I doing? But I hope the JJ is worth it. I hope all of that stress you're putting yourself is worth the soft underbelly insides. I hope you get a good massage for the stress you're putting yourself through. I was made aware of her bringing the situation to the public after about 2 months of no contact. After being made aware, I reached out to her privately and I apologized. I waited about an hour and a half and got no response while she continued to talk about the situation online. Because of that, I decided to publicly apologize. She had made the situation public, so I felt like making my apology as loud as the disrespect may have come across. I apologize, and that's when the narrative began being twisted. First off, he had nothing to apologize about. I would have owned up to it, manned up, like, yeah, I asked you for a video. How is that sexual harassment? How am I being, because you choose to do OnlyFans and you feel some type of way about it, that's your problem. I asked you for a video, you said no, I asked why, and then you still just like tried to gaslight me. So that's her own internal issue she needs to work on. And this is, again, another red flag why trying to court or date on F girls the more traditional way is probably going to be a downfall. You probably just pull up, drop a couple bands on her, and keep it moving. Don't try to do all this lovey-dovey romantic stuff because they're not romantic women. They probably don't even want that stuff, okay? But this is how it all kicked off. Just going to resurface this tweet and let y'all put two together. My week started off rough. I expressed that something made me uncomfortable sexually just for the person to turn around and gaslight me and argue with me about my boundaries. I went into the situation with hope and good intentions. Huh? Uncomfortable? Let's read that again. My week started off rough. I expressed that something made me uncomfortable sexually just for the person to turn around and gaslight me and argue with me about my boundaries. Look, boundaries are boundaries. I get that. You put boundaries in place to protect yourself. But boo-boo, you are a spicy content creator. You put your body online for a price. How is that making you uncomfortable sexually, asking you for videos of what you do for a living? I don't get it. When Tim can pay for it for $14.99 and see it and like, yo, this man is crazy. I'm telling you, it's crazy. I'm so sorry. I literally hate drama. Well, that will wrap that up, and I hope you guys learned several lessons. And the moral of the story is, be careful when courting OF girls because their logic is not going to be sound. They're going to have very much contradictory thoughts and things that don't align. So it's best to don't even try to court them or to do things. Like, if you want, support their work. You can try to bust them down, but try to move forward romantically and date them. You might end up like that other guy where his OF girlfriend stabbed him, because I'm telling you, I think something is mentally wrong with these women. Something is off for them to want to sell their body and do whatever. But man, until next time, this your boy Peanut, the People's Nut Man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Help your boy get to his first 1,000 subscribers. Until next time, peace. Yeah.